Hey everyone, Moonstone Karma here, and I have a message for you all. Just give me 1 second because I am driving and talking at the same time. Because someone needs to hear this, because this is someone's reality, this is someone's dilemma, this is someone's plight right now as we speak. Wondering if they should let someone go or not, because the person means so much to them. They love the person, and don't know if it is healthy to stay connected to the person, or if it's just an unhealthy connection or an unhealthy attachment, and it's time to expire the relationship or the friendship. And if you're unsure about what to do with a person, or how to move forward with them, or if you should move forward with them, the best thing to do is pray about it, meditate about it, whatever it's going to take for you to do whatever it's going to take for you to get your crown and your heart chakras aligned. Because when your crown chakra is open and your heart chakra is open, you're more likely to make sounder decisions. And your crown chakra being open is going to be responsible for allowing you to make the logical decision on any situation that you're dealing with. And your heart chakra being open is going to add that balance of emotional security and within your spirituality. And if it's sitting right within your spirit to hold on to something or let it go, you don't want to make the decision off of your emotions, but you don't want to just say, be black and white about it, more cutthroat, and just say this is a decision and I'm just going to do whatever it is, even though I feel a certain type of way. You have to process your feelings and your thoughts, and your feelings and thoughts should be aligned when you're making decisions. And the best way to do that is to have your crown and your heart chakras open. Ideally, you want to have all 7 of your chakras aligned in your solar plexus, and we'll talk about the solar plexus in another video. The breakdown, there are 7 of them, 7 chakras. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to say the crown and heart chakra, try your best to have them aligned. And if you're confused about the energy around you that you're receiving from this person, who you're trying to decide to keep in your life or not, just do nothing. Put a question out there to the universe and be in a position to receive the messages or the spiritual downloads. Pray to the Most High, or your God, and pay attention to the answers. All you have to do is be in a place to receive the answers, because anything you put out, any questions you have, is going to get answered one way or another. It may be one day, it may be 1 year. Maybe some of you feel like you don't have a whole year to tiptoe around if you want to keep this person in your life or not. But when you practice patience, then you're more likely to make better decisions as opposed to acting out of impulse. Now, if this person has decided to walk away from you, and it looks like they've made steps to leave your life, let them. You may find that it's easier said than done. When someone leaves us, it leaves a void. It may make us feel, some negative emotions attached to that. And for the rest of you who are feeling like, if they want to go, I just let them go and I don't care, that's fine too. However, you want to have a healthy balance of, there's a difference between just being nonchalant about it and not caring, and just having zero emotion behind someone leaving you behind, especially if you love or care about that person, versus, okay, I love this person, It hurt my feelings to see them walk away, but I love them enough that I respect them enough that I respect their decision to walk away. There's a difference. And just because you love someone doesn't mean that they have to want to stay in your life. And that is the hard pill to swallow. If someone wants to leave your life, the best thing to do is let them go. Just let them do what they choose to do. And if you care enough about the person, why would you want to hold them hostage in your life anyway? Why would you want to force them to be in your life anyway if they don't want to be there? You want people who are in your life who genuinely want to be in your life. Like, you're here because you want to be here. You're not here because you're not in my life because it's the right thing to do, or it's the honorable thing to do, or operating out of ego, because maybe you did things for each other, tangible things, and how dare you, allow me to do things from you or take things from me, and then you just walk out of my life. And that's unacceptable. Holding someone hostage, literally or physically, like putting them in a room and closing the door and locking the door, and you have the key like someone is in jail. That is no different than holding someone hostage on a spiritual level. Release people who want to be released. Learn how to release people who walk away because they choose to walk away. Now, if you forced them to leave and you said, you need to get out of my life right now, get out of my life, I'm not talking about that. That's a whole other situation and a whole nother can of worms that I won't get into today. But I'm talking about the people who have walked out of your life on their own, or they're currently in your life and you feel adrift, and you are supposed to be making a decision whether or not you want them to stay in your life, or whether or not you want to keep them in your life or not. And you're contemplating on how to do that, or if you want to do that. And you're not acting out of impulse, and you're not being irrational, making just an irrational decision to just boot somebody out of your life. So if you're making a conscious decision to not, to hold on, if you're making a conscious decision to hold on to somebody who doesn't want to be in your life, you need to hear this. If they chose to walk away, then you need to let them walk away. And in due time, they may decide that they want to come back to you. And when they decide to come back to you, now, because of how you handled it when they left, now you have the leverage to make a decision if you want to receive them or accept them back into your life. And that is okay if you choose to hold space for somebody who you care about. You holding space for someone is your choice. And if you choose to allow someone back into your life, it should be because you wanted to do it. That was your choice. Not because they came back and forced their way back into your life. You don't have to tolerate anyone leaving, coming and going out of your life as they please, or if they choose to please. But the minute someone chooses to walk away and you start chasing them and going after them and demanding that they stay, then they're going to feel like they can just come back anytime they want. Because remember, when they wanted to walk away, you didn't want them to leave. You thought so fondly of them and so highly of them, and maybe pedestalized them so high that you made them feel like, well, I can come back anytime I want because she didn't want me to go, or he didn't want me to go. When you're operating from a more stoic approach, and when you're embedded in, your spirituality, and being conscious, and being conscious about what it means when someone's leaving. Are they leaving temporarily? Are they leaving permanently? And you might feel sad by it, but you're not acting irrational about it or acting out of character. You have more leverage in how the narrative goes when or if they choose to, or decide to come back to you. You can say, I will hold space for you, but I will not hold space for you forever. We can have this conversation. You're always leaving a room for a conversation, whether you choose to take them back or not, allow them back into your life or not. And they're more likely to respect you during the conversation. They're more likely to respect you during the conversation when you are calmer and more collected and saying, okay, this is how you left. I didn't really like it. I didn't like how it went. I didn't like how you left. I didn't like the way that ended like that. And now let's have a conversation about it. They're more likely to be receptive of what you have to say. Even if you were to tell them, I will take you back into my life. However, I will not get comfortable with that. Or you can say, yeah, sure, I'll take you back, and let it be that. And not set a clear boundary as to what would happen if they decide to do it again. Or you can say, you know what, I don't wish to, have you back in my life. But there's no hard feelings. And they're more likely to, respect your decision. But when someone walks out of your life and you're acting out of character because you just have to have them in your life, and you have an anxious attachment style, and you're unable to process being left, the fear of being left behind, and you're acting out of that impulse, they're more likely to feel like they can show up whenever they feel like it if they decide to do so. Okay, so that is why it is important that when people want to leave, that you let them leave. Let them go. If you really love them, why would you hold them hostage? Physically or spiritually? Why would you hold someone hostage who you really love and care about? You should want what's best for them. And if it's best for them is not with you, or maybe they think it's somewhere else, let them be. Because you loving them is you're showing them, you doing that, you're showing them you care about them, and they have to go out into the world and find their, walk their path. Maybe they have a path to walk, or maybe they have a journey to ignite or initiate. Maybe they have to go on start their spiritual journey, and you really don't know what could come of this. And if you are truly aligned with each other, well, I don't want to say aligned, because if you were aligned, they probably wouldn't be leaving your life or walking away from you if you were aligned. But I'm having a word block right now on the word that I'm thinking of, that basically I'm saying they have a need to walk away. But when they get back right, maybe they will be propelled or drawn back to you naturally. And when someone comes back to you, if you choose to accept it, you want them to come back, and you want it to be natural. You don't want it to be because of circumstances. You don't want it to be because of they feel like they have an unpaid debt to you, or they owe you a return. You want it to be authentic when they're coming back to you. If they come back to you, you want it to be pure. You want the intentions to be pure. You want it to be genuine, and you want it to be natural. Natural, I'm always going to hone in on natural. Just relationships should be natural. I'm not saying relationships are always going to be perfect. They're always going to be a bed of roses. There is a such thing as healthy conflict. And there's nothing wrong with healthy conflict. But when you have a healthy attachment to someone, you're more likely to experience healthy conflict. So that is the message, and someone needed to hear this. If this resonates with you, you can like, you can make a comment, you can subscribe to the channel. You can also, when you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell notification button so you are receiving real-time updates when I post new videos. If you are resonating with this message and you are shy and you don't want to leave a public comment, you can feel free to email me directly at moonstonekarma717@gmail.com. Whether you have a comment or if you have a question or want me to go on further about a topic that resonated with you or stood out to you, and you want to hear more about that specific topic, or you want to share your story, and you can do that anonymously with me, and I will, put the word out there, share the message, my thoughts on it, and let's learn and grow from each other and evolve with each other. And if it doesn't apply, then let it fly. And that's okay. That's okay. If it's not for you, that's okay. It may not be for you today. Maybe in the future it will be for you, and you can go back and reference these videos. Always remember, regardless, to please practice kindness, especially when you're in the comments and responding to other people. Because the energy that you put out there is the energy that you will receive tenfold. So be mindful of that. And I thank you all for your support and, most importantly, your patience and your kindness. And we will talk soon, and you take care.